Hi, Alexandra.
Hi there. Hi, Alison and Cate.
Hi, Alexandra. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Alison, The Crown takes place in a lot of castles and old mansions. How do you recreate these royal residences?
Um, well, I mean, sometimes they're not even in old houses. Sometimes they're in light industrial units. Sometimes we have to just like start from scratch and build that world within that space. So it's a mixture of going into real stately homes and enhancing and adapting for the right era with our furnishings. And sometimes it's a completely empty room or a set build where we have to sort of do it from scratch. So it's juggling, trying to get a coherent look for that decade, I suppose, within all those different locations.
How accurate is it when you're filming in a recreation of, say, Buckingham Palace?
Well, Buckingham Palace again is sort of spread over maybe 5 different locations. Some are set builds, some are on location. Um, we try our best to be as accurate as possible. We do a lot of research and base it very strongly on what we know, and then we imagine the rest. So the behind the scenes we have to imagine because we never really get inside those really private areas, but we just sort of imagine that on the basis of the script and the characters and what we know about them in autobiographies and what their interests are, and hope that it looks believable and plausible.
Cate, for The Crown, you have to replicate the hairstyles rather than create them for many of the characters. How tricky is that to do?
Well, I always say, at least I don't have to rely on my imagination. So I'll be stuck when I have to actually imagine what a character looks like after years of having all of this wonderful research. I think it's a double-edged sword because you have characters that are so much in the public consciousness that if you get them wrong, then people are they're really going to know. But having such a wealth of research is fantastic, and we are given, all of the tools and time and great actors with whom to kind of go through that transformation process.
Alison, what's been the most enjoyable season for you in terms of set decorating due to the era involved?
Oh well, I loved season 2 and 3. I think I loved the sort of 50s, 60s. It was just a great, refreshing, vibrant time. It's all kind of glamorous. Margaret went to America, and we got to sort of leave Britain, and it's rather sort of depressing, sort of post-war greyness, and kind of just like embrace a such more lively, more American kind of vibe, which was that was great fun. I really loved doing that. She was quite wild, and that was a nice antidote to the Queen.
Cate, which real life person was the most difficult in order to replicate their hairstyle and makeup style?
It's a really tricky question because I think there have been so many transformations over the years, and I think there are so many different kind of technical elements. When I look back, I think in season 5, episode 3, Moo Moo, we had this wonderful director, Alex Gabassi, who would, I think, lead me over the edge of a cliff if he wanted to, because everything he says, I just go, yeah, great. But he wanted to shoot with Leah Williams playing the Duchess of Windsor at the point where in the 1940s, she's still a young woman, and then to shoot her death 40 years later using the same actress. And he's like, it'll be expressionistic, it'll be fine. And I was like, but of course, actually, it was a really creative and wonderful challenge, and it was shot very beautifully. And I loved aging her wig and aging her skin and playing with that look that goes from a very precise, beautiful 1940s to this kind of decrepit, older lady.
Now, I don't know if this is your area of expertise, but there was a mouse that was very prominent in the first episode of the new season. Was that written in as a joke because of the mouse that inadvertently ran across the scene in a previous season?
There are lots of mice in Buckingham Palace, basically. So that, because it's just an old house with holes. So I think it's been a running theme that Stephen Daldry in season 1 of the first episode initiated. So in the first season, we spent a lot of time with mice, But then most of them got cut out of the final edit. I think there's one mouse on a kitchen table in season 1. Anyway, I think it was a nod to, it was a kind of a bookend because of Stephen Daldry to have a mouse at either end of the crown. So it's a little bit. But that was
it was a fantastic addition. It just made me laugh when I saw it. I want to thank you both so much. It was so great talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, or if you're returning and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, tap it now, plus the notification bell in the right-hand corner so that you make sure you don't miss out on any new celebrity interviews. While you're at it, hit the like button and tell me below in the comments, who's your favorite star? Who would you like to see me interview next? I'd love to hear from you.